So norming, when you are in norming, you see those behaviors. The job of the leader or the role of the leader there now will be to support.
Okay.
So in forming, you direct. In storming, you coach, coach counsel. In norming, your job is support. Now, support is a very big word, and different people read it differently. So support here means what your team cannot do themselves, do not have access to, you have to do it for them. So for example, certain things that the team has told you, this is not working, boss, because right now customers don't want this. They want something else. We don't have this particular system in place. We need to get it. We are losing business because the system is not there. We cannot do this. Now the boss, or in this case the manager, needs to go and talk to the GM or senior manager or whatever. So that the leader must do. So my job as the leader at that level is to give my team whatever resources they need so they can do the job well. So I have to go and fight. I have to put, at that stage, I call it normally in my class, I will say, you need to put your head on the chopping block for your team. Which means if you're going, you have to go and really fight, assert, be firm with your bosses, you have to. And some of my clients who stay with their team member, I would say performing teams, right? Now again, performing team, when people are hearing this, they will say, oh, I meet KPI, what? I must be performing. No. You can meet KPI by constantly pushing, scolding, screaming. You also can meet KPI. Right? So you would say, oh, that means I'm a level 3 result-oriented production leader. No. You're still a level 1. Because you have to push, you are not a level 3 leader. You don't have permission yet. Level 2, you have not achieved. So you can still. So if you are pushing for that, and you end up doing all the work yourself, you still produce results. But you're not a leader. So one of these clients I had, the team has told me, we have seen the GM go into the CEO's room for hours trying to push what the team needs. And sometimes she comes out disappointed. Sometimes she gets what she wants. And for us, we don't care whether she gets what she wants. Of course, we want it to happen. But what gets us so connected to her and the respect is so much because she goes and she fights. She doesn't take no for an answer. And she keeps on finding different ways to fight for us. And that is a team that says, she leaves, we leave. You see? So that is what, not many leaders, that is a true leader. That's a true leader. I put myself in danger for the sake of my team. I've met, oh my goodness, at regional level, I'm talking about ASEAN, APEC level, I've seen leaders also. When that happens, when there's a crisis scenario where you know what you should do, but you're afraid for your career progression, they just refrain, I've seen leaders like that. And when I talk to the team members, and the engagement score of that team, super low. And the leader cannot accept. He goes and scolds the team even more. How can you all score so low? They're like, but this is anonymous and we said what we... No, I've done so much for you all. Very narcissistic behavior. They shift the entire conversation back to themselves. I've done so many things for you, but I don't feel it, no? I don't feel it, boss. No, but y'all, that's why y'all are not observant, y'all are not sensitive, y'all don't think about me. But this engagement survey is about how we think about how we feel in the company. And you're part of the question. And if you feel this way, no, don't argue with me, y'all don't respect me. All that comes out. So you would think, at that level, shouldn't you know how to lead? But no. Not everybody knows. And people have gotten by producing results. And the top people might not know how you lead the team. They don't know the culture, atmosphere, the weather in that particular department. So engagement surveys are important to know, because you get the best out of people when people are happy doing what they're doing. Right? So that's the scenario. So when you are in the norming stage, your job as a leader, you don't have to hold hands anymore. Not really. So you just have to make sure you give them the resources they need so they can do the job even better. In the agile terminology, they might call this person the Scrum Master. To basically get the people together to sort of get the job done. I will deal with the product owner, for example. So these concepts are already there, right? But packaged in a different way. But that's basically leadership. So then you do that well, what happens? People do the job well, now you hit the next stage, performing. That's where you will see the morale graph and the competency graph very close together. Because here you have behaviors that every leader wants. And what's the behavior? Accountability, ownership, proactivity. Before the problem happens, the staff knows. The boss calls for a meeting and they're all observant. What happened recently? Boss calls for a meeting. Boss, we know what you're going to talk about. We got 3 options. Performing stage, initiative, creativity, All those things come when you are at the performing stage. Plus, you will see some people say, boss, anything bigger to do or not? Anything more for us to do or not? I had one client who said, this is a senior manager. He says, I don't know why I come to office anymore. And I asked him why. Because they don't need me. They just can do everything themselves, autonomous. And so I said, then you go to office, what do? I just sign those expensive checks, which is beyond their level for the budget, and that's what I do. I said, then what else? I don't know, Suresh. So I think I have to go to the next level. And that's right. That's what he must do. So now we call you at that level an accomplished leader. You have gotten a team to be able to operate without you. If you can do that with one team, I can put you anywhere in any part of the world, in any business, and you will use the same recipe. And if you can do that, you can train these other leaders below you to do the same. So your organization grows.